boy wore a mask on the bus and went around causing trouble. But this time, he messed with the wrong person. He swung a golden staff and hit a man on the shoulder, unaware that the man suffered from intermittent explosive disorder. Once triggered, he could become deadly. Fortunately, the man held back his rage. The bus conductor saw what happened and reminded the boy's mother to control her child. But the mother ignored the warning and yelled that since she paid for a ticket, they were customers, and customers are gods. As soon as she said that, the entire bus erupted. Passengers criticized her parenting, saying spoiled children always have a parent just like them. The woman turned and cursed everyone on the bus. The conductor could only shake his head and walk away. Now backed by his mother, the boy acted even worse. He cried and tried to grab the man's tablet. The woman marched over, stood beside the man, and shamelessly demanded he hand it over. Not wanting to escalate things, the man explained calmly that he needed the tablet urgently and couldn't lend it out. Hearing this, the woman exploded, insulting his entire family. She then reached out and tried to snatch the tablet. As the scene spiraled out of control, other passengers stepped in to help. Some shouted at the woman for her poor manners. Others criticized the boy's lack of upbringing. The boy began to wail loudly. Seeing her son bullied, the woman slapped the man across the face and accused him of using the tablet to lure her child. She then stomped on the tablet and shattered it. The man finally stood up to argue, but the woman slapped him 3 more times. His mind suddenly echoed with his doctor's warnings. He took a deep breath and suppressed his rage. He then quietly warned the woman that he had just been released from a mental hospital and begged her not to push him, but the woman thought he was joking and mocked him, saying a real mental patient wouldn't be so timid. She raised her hand to hit him again. Just then, his medication fell from his pocket. The woman noticed and sneered, saying he even had his meds ready, and mocked him again for being a coward. But suddenly, the man's condition began to flare up. He clenched his fists, on the verge of attacking her, but he caught himself just in time, took out a jade pendant, and tried to calm himself down. He reached for his pills, but the woman snatched them, then dumped them on the floor. She told him that if he wanted the pills, he had to kneel. The man trembled in pain, but bent down to pick up the medication. Just then, the woman stomped on his hand and cursed him. He once again pulled out his jade pendant, his late father's keepsake, and tried to calm himself, but the boy spotted the pendant and instantly wanted it. He begged his mother to get it for him. The woman didn't hesitate, snatched the pendant, and admired it in her hands. The man begged her to return it, muttering to himself, but she sneered and said if he wanted it back, he had to kneel and apologize to her son. The man took a deep breath, nodded, and forced himself to comply. But suddenly, the woman threw the jade to the ground. It shattered on impact. The man's gaze changed instantly as he stared at the broken pieces, the only thing left by his father. He clenched his fists, intent on killing the woman, but he stopped himself again. Seeing him mumble to himself, the woman mocked him, then pulled out a small knife and shoved it into his hand, telling him to go ahead and kill her. His father's voice echoed in his head again. He fought back the surge of rage, but the woman kept provoking him, and just as he reached his limit, his father's words came back once more. Then he prepared to strike.